I'm Janet.
And we're here in Florence, Italy, also called Firenze, and we're in the actually a church or basilica of Santa Croce, which means the Holy Cross, and it is also the place where Michelangelo, Dante, and Galileo are all buried inside the church. What's interesting about this church is, which we haven't seen anyplace else before, is that on every tomb there is a skull and crossbones. And apparently all the people who are buried here were heretics and may have had a connection to the Templars and maybe even the Magdalene frequency. So we're going to do more research on that. But Florence is quite an interesting place, as you know. There's amazing artwork here. There is incredible history. It was a city-state. It is where the very infamous Savonarola had people burned at the stake, had the Florentine people throw their gold and money and jewelry and books and burn them in the square, so that there would be nothing of any value left in history. And then, of course, the Medici family burned the Savonarola at the stake. And there's a big plaque on the floor of the piazza that shows where he was set on fire. It's very, very fascinating energy here. It's a nicer energy, actually, than Pisa. Pisa was more of a heavy energy, and here's more of a lighter energy, more artistic. And the food is good, too. Very good.
Now, we learned a lot of interesting things because, for instance, here in the church, one of the things that we have talked to you about before is how the Catholics actually use the frequencies that these people brought in. So, for instance, the reason that these people are buried here in the church, Michelangelo, Galileo, in ritual, they can continue to tap into that frequency. So they preserve the bones, they preserve any article of clothing, because it's a way for them to tap in and use it during ritual, so they can pull in that specific ray, if you want to call it, or frequency of creativity into their rituals and create whatever it is they want to create, just as those people did when they were still in the body.
So we are going to, from Florence, we'll be here one more day, and then we go on to Venice, and then make our way into Slovenia, Croatia, and Bosnia, and we'll be reporting to you from all of those places. What would you say is the most interesting thing you learned here in Florence?
To me, it's just it's an enhancement of what I already know. To me, it's an enhancement of being, for instance, I enjoyed Michelangelo's tomb because I could feel that frequency and everything that he represented, and a lot of that had to do with subterfuge of the people who were in charge, and how that he accomplished that, and how that, in a way, he was punished for it. And I think what we're here to do is to understand the powers that are in charge of us, how to mentally change it without standing up with arms, so to speak, and then how to surpass. I think these people only got to a certain level, and I think our level is to surpass, and that's what we're really learning about.
There's a lot of symbolism here of winged serpents, winged dragons, and apparently, I think, especially in a place like this in Santa Croce, there is a lot of evidence of satanic ritual, sexual magic ritual, this kind of thing. It's depicted almost all of the tombstones here, and like I said, it's incredible. The skull and crossbones are in every single tomb. And so, and an interesting thing about Santa Croce is that Michelangelo had a lot to do with the design and decoration of it. And as you know from some of my other reports to you, he had put a lot of symbolism in the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican in Rome, because he did not like the Catholic Church. There's evidence he was a Kabbalistic student, and he knew Hebrew, he knew ancient languages and symbolisms. And so when you look at the church in Rome, in the Sistine Chapel, the ceiling is covered with kind of his way of giving the church the finger. There's all Old Testament paintings in there, nothing really from the New Testament. And what DVD do I have that symbolism? Do you remember?
Yes, we have True World History Part 1, True World History Part 2, we have True World History Part 3.
It's in there.
It's in Part 3, but I recommend the entire set because it is fascinating.
Right.
All these
you
things
put it all together.
That we have researched the world and have brought to you, so you don't have to go out. You can sit in the comfort of your own home and explore what we are exploring here in person live for you.
Yeah, so I wanted to say that because of his symbolism, what he did to the Catholic Church, on the very top of this Santa Croce is a Star of David. You would imagine there'd be a big cross on the church, but no, and we'll show you the film, a big Star of David in blue, which is his way of saying that really the Catholic Church did not have the right information. You have to go back to the Old Testament and look at the symbolism there. And so it's not unusual that they would bury Michelangelo here in that church where he had given them the finger, so to speak, here in Florence. And his tomb also has a lot of interesting symbolisms on it as well.
It's fascinating what the history is here and how you feel. As you said, it has a lighter energy than at Pisa, but it is very much arts. And of course, this is the energy that's emanating from the earth at this point. You want to remember too that the earth has a geographic location. Just like we do in our bodies, something emanates, and this supports the arts as Pisa supported mathematics. So you also feel that very strongly, and it's incredible to be here and have it flow through your body, have it open up your own DNA, have it open up your own memories of other time periods, and to just have such a presence. It's much deeper here than you will feel in other places.
So I think that's all we have for today, and we will be reporting back to you live from Italy and other countries as soon as we are able to. So enjoy the video, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.